All right, so I want to share my idea behind purpose and where does purpose come from, how to find your purpose. Well, I used to think that purpose was something that you stumble upon, right? Something that uh, that's given to you, right? At least this is what I was told. That oh, you find purpose, one day it just makes sense. But this isn't the case, right? Purpose is something that you have to choose, right? It's a choice. It's a decision. The reason why you feel like you don't have purpose is because sometimes not making a choice feels better than choosing the wrong thing or making the wrong choice, right? So it's very interesting when you think about freedom. Like there's only two ways to experience freedom. It's to give someone as many options as possible, as many choices as possible, or to take away as many choices as possible, where the choice is almost obvious. Right, two ways. Um, I just think it's very interesting. Right, the other day I was thinking about like the idea of you going out, you go to dinner, right, and you ask the server, what do you recommend? And it's not that you care about what they recommend, right? They can recommend anything. It's that you don't want to make a choice, right? Because choice itself can be a burden. So you don't want to bear the burden of choice. So and this is a form of freedom also. So to bring this back to purpose, how do you find your purpose? You just choose something, right? Make the wrong choice, just make a choice. And you can practice this in your everyday life, right? This will also help you with your leadership skills, right? By making decisions. You know, it can help you in life, right? You go on a date, instead of asking her, where do you want to go? You just make the choice, right? You decide. You pick the location. Choose wrong. Choose something that she doesn't like. It doesn't matter. Just make a choice. So to dive in just a little bit deeper, there will never be a aha moment. This is it moment. I've made it moment ever. That will never. I promise you, people tell you this. It's a lie. You will never feel fulfilled. You will never feel satisfied. You will never feel this happiness that you're looking for. Because for me, it was like I wasn't looking for happiness. I wanted to feel fulfilled. Like I wanted to feel this moment that never came. I once said, "There's nothing more depressing than accomplishing goals." Like I felt better. I felt happier. I felt more excitement and passion for life when I was worse off. Because I was looking for a feeling. I was searching for. I wanted to feel like satisfied, and that never happened. It seemed like the more I accomplish, the emptier I felt. So, like when I talk about purpose, this is everything ties together. There's not going to be a moment that just makes sense, right? It's something that you have to choose. But there's a lot of freedom in this thought process, right? That's where purpose comes from.